In this video, I'm going to share with you the 4 keys for success when telling your parent or a trusted adult that you watch porn and that you need help stopping. Now, before we dive in, I just want to say that no matter what thoughts are going on in your mind right now, yes, this process will be tough, but it is absolutely worth it. And you are so strong for standing up to this problem. I want you to remember, addiction dies in the light. And by you bringing it into the light, it will start to lose power over you. So without further ado, let's go ahead, let's dive in. Now, the first key for success is the question, should I share my search history? Well, let me put you at ease. The answer for that is no. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not going to ask to look at your search history or take your phone or computer away or look at it anyway, but the idea of oversharing what you've been looking at has not been shown to help tremendously. In short, the reason for this is porn hijacks our brain. And as you watch more and more porn, you need more and more stimulus to get off. And as you start watching more and more porn, you start watching crazier and crazier things. And a line said by people who watch a lot of porn is, I don't even like what I'm watching, but I want it. After you stop watching porn for a while, your brain will start to rewire. And almost anything out of the norm that you've been watching, the stimulus for that will start to go away. Now, let's get into the second key for success. Picking a time and a place to have this conversation. This is one of the most crucial steps in the process. If you don't pick a time and a place and just leave it up to chance, well, the chances of you actually having this conversation are about 0. You need to pick a time and a place, and you need to do that immediately after you're done watching this video. Now, here's an important thing with that. You're gonna pick a time that you're gonna have this conversation, but you also need to have a no later than date. And here's what I mean by that. If you're planning on having this conversation at 3 o'clock, and let's say your parents walk in and so does Nana, and you don't really want to have this conversation with her in the room, well, you need to have a no later than date. So say 3 o'clock, Nana walks in, maybe that's not the right time, then have that conversation at a no later than date, maybe 10 o'clock that night, wake them up, say, I need to have a conversation with you right now. In addition, you want to pick a place that's very comfortable for you to have this conversation. Sometimes one of the best places for these conversations is driving in a car. You're driving in a car, you're both looking forward, you don't have to make eye contact as much. That's a very comfortable place. But wherever that place is, just make sure it's comfortable for you. Now let's dive into the third key for success, what to say during this conversation. Well, in short, here's what you need to get across. I love you and I need your help. I have a problem and I can't make it through this alone. It's painful for me to have to talk about this, but even though it's hard, I know it's the right thing to do. I've struggled with this problem for a long time now, and I cannot let it hold me down any longer. I love you, and I hope you can understand that I need your love and understanding during this time. I've reached out to one of the best programs on how to overcome this addiction, and they want to help me through this. They'd love to talk to you and to explain the process of how to best make it through this time. I love you, and I'm sorry, but I have to be strong and ask for help during this time. Because it can be hard to stay focused and remember what you need to say during this conversation, we made a guide for you and we're putting that in the description. So that way you can download that and you can have that right in front of you during this conversation. Now, part 4, what to do after having this conversation. Now, first, I want to go over how they might react after you say what you've just said. They could be experiencing any number of emotions: sadness, happiness, confusion, guilt, anger. For many, they feel that they've done something wrong. They should have stepped in earlier and now you're hurt. And that really upsets them. For some, they're going to say, you know what, this isn't a big issue and I don't even understand. Just stop doing it. And that's exactly where we come in. We help teach your parents how to help you through this time. Because if they don't have someone who's helping them, then they're going to let their emotions dictate how they should help you through this. So for an example, if they let their emotion of anger take over, they may say, I'm going to take away your phone, take away your computer, and never let you look at it again. When in reality, what they should do is put blockers on your computer and on your phone. And they should learn how to have vulnerable conversations with you so that way you can have these conversations and they're not super awkward. For this reason, it's incredibly important that you give them the parent's guide right after you have this conversation. This will help guide them through the process and show them what the next steps are that they need to do to help support you through your journey. In closing, I want to say that I'm incredibly proud of you for standing up to this problem. Your courage can and will inspire so many others to take action and to become free from this addiction. We're so excited to help you through this time. And if you need anything at all, reach out to us and let us know how we can help. Remember, addiction dies in the light, and one moment of vulnerability and courage can positively change your life forever.